Hello, Annette. How are
Hey,
you?
I'm good. How you doing? I'm excited.
I'm good. I'm blessed and highly favored today. Hello, Grace Union Completion. Yes. How you guys doing? Hello, our movers and shakers. Y'all come on in the room. Come on in the room. It's time. Make sure you let everybody know Anita and Annette are on. Y'all, you got to get in front of the computer right now. Not right now, but what is it? Right now.
Right now.
Rat 9.
Yeah,
You got to get in front of the computer rat 9. So tell them they have to get in front of the computer rat 9
right now.
because Anita and Annette are on and it's going to be on and popping tonight as always. So we just want to give a quick shout out to all of our movers and shakers. We thank you so much. You could have gone anywhere else with your time, but you have decided to park it right here for just about a minute and hang out with your
Yeah.
co-hosts, Anita Faye Wilson and Annette L. Anderson, as we go through our Can We Talk conversation. We're so excited, and we are always excited each and every Wednesday
I
that
know
you
it.
guys join us. So I'm going to go straight into our little our station identification moments right now. Whatever you're watching from, because some of you are watching us from Facebook, from our Facebook page, some are watching from our Facebook group, some are watching from YouTube. Wherever you're watching from, please go down to the bottom of that and hit that like button, that thumbs up, or that heart button. Hit that like button. The other thing we want you to do is to hit that little arrow that goes like that. It's called share. Hit that share button. We want you to share this to your page, share it with your friends, share it with your family, share it with your coworkers, share it with Lottie, Dottie, and everybody. Let everybody know that we're on. Let everybody know you got to be here. You got to hear this conversation tonight. You don't want to miss this. Let them know. So share it. And then we also ask that you subscribe. If you are not subscribed to our YouTube page, if you are not subscribed to our Facebook page, or if you have not joined our Facebook group, we ask that you make sure that you like, subscribe, and share. Again, like, subscribe, and share. Those are the things that we want you to do for us on the day. So the other thing that we want to talk to you about too is we want to give you the opportunity to sow a seed. You can sow a seed into good soil. We are a nonprofit organization. Every dime that comes in is going to great use. So you can sow a seed by going to our Cash App. Cash App is $Movement Worldwide. Hello, Francesca. $Movement Worldwide. And you can also opt to become a patron. So you might ask, well, how do I become a patron? I'm glad you asked. You asked great questions. Well, you become a patron by going to, actually, you can go to patreon.com and /movement worldwide. That's Patreon. And when you join Patreon, you become a patron. So it's without an E when you are with us, but when you are going to the site, it's with an E. So go to patreon.com /movement worldwide, or you can go to our website, which is movementworldwide.org. And there's a red button that says become a patron, and it will take you to patreon.com where you can set up your account and you can set your amount. We ask for $12 a month. That's 40 cents a day. 40 cents a day, $12 a month. Or you can set your own amount, which all of our patrons have done, set their own amount, and it's always higher than what we ask for. And we thank you so much, because guess what? Every seed that we get, it goes to use for the things of Movement Worldwide. We have so many things coming up next year that we've been saving for and believing God for. So we ask that you sow seed into good soil. Also, stay in touch with us. You can follow us on all social media platforms. We're at Movement Worldwide. You can also email us at info@movementworldwide.org. So there's a whole lot going on, but I'm going to dive right in because we got some good stuff to talk about tonight. I'm here with my co-host Annette L. Anderson, and we're about to dive in. Annette, you ready?
Yes, I'm ready. I was just sharing and make sure people
Mm-hmm.
know we're on here. So
Making sure that we are on. Making sure that we are on. Listen, we're so great. We're not psychologists. What are we at now? We are
Lifeologists.
lifeologists. We have lived, we've experienced, we've been through some things, and we like to share them with you. And one of the ways we share is through our transformational topic. Our transformational topics is where we take idioms and phrases and we kind of twist them around and turn them around, and we deal with them from a very, very practical place. But we go from the word of God, and it's amazing how just a phrase can make you go, Wow, that's so true. Make you think. So our transformational topic on tonight is make great things happen. I'll tell you a little bit of story. So it's not going to take me long. I'm not going to be before you long. That's what the preachers say. I'm not going to be before you long. Every so often, we have we have these influential people that rise in society that people in the masses gravitate towards. Everything they do, everything they say. I mean, think about it. Oprah was one of those people. Everything Oprah did, everything Oprah bought, everything Oprah said, and Oprah said. And then some years later, there came a man that my mom was all over because she would constantly say, well, I saw on Dr. Oz. My mother loved herself some Dr. Oz. And so, but I'm going to go back to something that came out in November of 2006. There was something that swept the nation. Back then, whatever Oprah co-signed was law, and this was law. This year, a book dropped into society called The Secret. Everybody was about The Secret. First, it was a book, and then later in 2007, it became a short film. But The Secret alleges energy as assurance of its effectiveness. Everyone was fascinated. Everywhere I went, oh, your energy, oh, the universe. Did you see The Secret? Did you see The Secret? And they would always say it like that. And then, have you seen The Secret yet? Have you seen The Secret? Ooh, you got to see The Secret. And it's like, The Secret, The Secret. Everybody was whispering. I don't know what that was about. But everyone was going bananas over The Secret. Weren't they doing that though? Like, have you seen The Secret? Have you seen The Secret? It's like, no. It's a big secret. Well, it ain't no secret no more if all y'all seen it.
I'll tell you.
Everyone was going bananas over this newfound thing that they thought was new called the law of attraction. A little history. The law of attraction is based on the New Thought movement that began in the early 1800s in the United States under the teachings of someone named Phineas Quimby. Now, Quimby believed in mind healing and practiced hypnotism. So later in 2006, an Australian author, Rhonda Byrne, published the book and created the documentary called The Secret. And these ideas subsequently went viral. It was like, oh, Lord. So Dr. Neil Farber, writing for Psychology Today, summarizes that the law of attraction is this. It's the belief that the universe creates and provides for you that which your thoughts are focused on. It is believed by many to be a universal law by which, like always, attracts like. Like always attracts light. And they say, oh, like mine is, birds will feather flock together. The results of positive thought always create positive consequences. And the same holds true for negative thoughts, that they always lead to bad outcomes. But I want to tell you something. I want to tell you where they keep, people just have always missed it. Because here's the thing. When you tap into the true creator, the one who created heaven and earth, and your focus and belief is in him, then you have tapped into the ultimate law of attraction, because the ultimate gain from tapping into God and his power and his creation, his creativity, and all that he is, the gain is priceless. God's law of attraction can transform the world if enough people would just embrace and use it the way God intended.
Yeah.
Jesus said in Matthew 19:26, with God, all things are possible. I got another scripture for you. Proverbs 23:7. As a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. Another one for you. Romans 4:17. As it is written, I have made thee a father of many nations before him whom he believed, even God, who quickeneth the dead and calleth those things which be not as though they were. You always, I know those things are not as though they were, but you don't. Okay? If we would get our minds under subjection and then do something, I can call those things. Oh, hallelujah. I can call those things or not. And though they were, I can speak those things. Oh, shut up. If we don't get our minds under subjection, let me tell you something. You can say it all day long in church and that. But what's going to happen when you leave?
True.
What happens when you go home? Defeated. What happens? I can call those things and I can speak those things and I can, I got the power, life and death in the tongue. Yeah, okay, well, do something about it. If we would bring, but the thing is, it starts in the mind. Because if you don't believe it, if you don't think it and believe it, then and don't do anything about the situation, then you won't see it. But when we bring our minds under subjection of the Holy Spirit, under subjection of what we want and what we need and desire, and know that we are entitled to, and then do something about a situation, then and then only then will we see great things happen. Because we can have all the faith in the world, but faith without works is dead. We have to do something. We have to see it. Once we see it, and that we have to believe it.
That's right.
And when we see it and believe it, we have to speak it.
Mm.
And then we have to pursue it. That's how you are going to make great things happen. Because I believe that God's word is true. I believe that he says that he has come that we might have life and might have it more abundantly. I believe God when he says, for I know the plans that I have for you. He plans to prosper me and for me to have good health. He wants my soul to prosper. He wants me to live and enjoy life. But guess what? If my mind is not on the right stuff, then I'm just making noise and doing a whole lot of nothing and spinning tires on pavement. Speak those things, and not they were. You know, because that's what we end up. But I want to take my word tonight straight from the title. I actually have two that I'm going to take straight from the title, because we have to see it, then believe it, and speak it, and pursue it. We have our saying here, show up, engage, and win. Because if you don't show up, when you show up to the occasion, if you don't do something and engage yourself, you're not going to win. But see, we have to first envision it. We have to see that thing. God gives us vision and dreams. And when we see it, we believe it. You take that thing in your spirit and you start envisioning and believing God. You know what, God, I believe you, and I know that I'm going to have what you say I'm going to have. And guess what? Does that mean that everybody going to have $1 million? No. It does not mean that. It does not mean that. But it means that when your will lines up with God's will, guess what? The life that you live under God's divine order is worth any of the millions and billions that these people on earth who are miserable cannot take with them. See, we be asking and thinking and wanting the wrong things. We don't want to have that relationship with God. We don't want to walk in God's purpose. We don't want to do the things unless God gonna give us $1 million and a husband, a white picket fence, and 2.5 kids and a dog. You know, we want the things that we think that we see that are so awesome to have. But God might have you so lined up to do something so great. What if Oprah would have sat back and said, I want a husband in the house? She didn't have none of that. But she was the first Black female billionaire. And see, there's sometimes that God has lined up certain things in our life when we are, oh man, I wish I would have been on Clubhouse last night in Arnita's room, because Chris went here. He went all the way there. Everybody ain't going to be TD Jakes. Everybody's not going to be Tyler Perry, but you're going to be the best Annette and Francesca and Grace Union Completion and Elder Sharon Green that you can be. Whoever else is out there who ain't said nothing on here, because I know it's more than y'all because I see the numbers. So I'm here to tell you, I'm going to use my words and I'm going to move on out the way. But I'm going to bring my words to you. Those of you who know, I like to take a verb from our title and use it in a transitive and intransitive tense. A transitive verb needs an object to make sense. An intransitive verb makes sense without one. So I have two verbs I'm going to use. I'm going to use make and I'm going to use happen. Our title is make great things happen. Make in an intransitive tense means to behave. Transitively, it means to establish. Don't you see that? When your mind is behaving, you shall be established. Come on. And then great, we say make, which means behave and establish great things. And then the word happen is only in an intransitive tense, meaning that it just makes sense without an object. It means to come into being or occur as an event, process, or result.
Wow.
My God. So that means that if I behave and establish, great things will come into being or occur because of the process. That would be my result. That is what that means. So let me tell you something. I encourage y'all today. I encourage every person that's listening to me today to stop whining and pining over what you don't have, what you haven't done, what you haven't seen manifest itself yet, because possibly you have not gone under the right behavior to be established in that God has for you.
Yeah.
It's sitting there like in a bubble. That's like we talk about how rain happens. It's there in the atmosphere. It's encased in this cloud, and only then, when the time is right, does it manifest. So your stuff is there. It's right there. Faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. You can't see it, but you know that it's there. You know that you have it because God said so. But when you behave, when you get that mindset under behavior, under subjection, and you establish yourself in the word of God and you become established, then and only then will it occur. It will.
Yeah.
manifest.
Come on now.
That is what it is. Make great things happen. I hope that blessed y'all tonight.
Amen.
I'm going to move out the way because we got a lot of other things to talk about. So with that being said, can we talk, y'all? Can we talk, Annette? Can we talk? Who got their mug? Who holding their mug up right now? If you're holding your mug, I'm gonna want you to type in, I'm holding my mug up. I got my mug. As far as I can see, I think there's only one person on here that's got theirs. However, hold that mug up. Can we talk? Can we talk, Francesca? Can we talk, Grace Union Completion? Can we talk, Elder Sharon Green? Can we talk in there? I'm ready. I'm ready to go in. Whoever else is out there that hasn't said anything, can we talk? All right, so we're gonna move on, and we're gonna pause for just a moment. We're gonna pause for a word from the quotologist herself. We have a word from Annette L. Anderson. She ready for tea time. We're gonna pause for a word from the quotologist herself, Annette L. Anderson, and we will be right back. Don't go anywhere.
Sometimes we are so consumed with fears and failures of life, we forget about the power of the Almighty God. He has the power to heal our bodies, the power to conceal our sins, the power to help us through ordeals, the power to know that every knee shall kneel, the power to speak and keep it real, the power to drive so he can take the wheel, the power that reminds us the thief comes to kill, destroy, and steal. The power of his word, his holiness is revealed. He has the power. This is Annetteism's Expressions. All righty. Now it's time for the power tool. There are some matters and experiences that causes people to become hurt, fractured, or broken spiritually and emotionally. Sometimes it just takes a conversation to mend a broken heart or spirit. In some cases, a Band-Aid won't do it. You need a power tool.
Power tool.
Well, our conversation tonight is a little different. And I was thinking about when I was growing up. It's where are the church mothers? Are they a dying breed? Because when I grew up, whether I went to the Baptist church or the Church of God in Christ, it was always a church mother. And so now I go to church when I am afforded opportunity. It just, the church looks so different. Now, don't get me wrong, we do need change. We need a change, but I just wonder what happened to the church mothers. Now, there are some churches where their church mother is still alive and well, but where are the church mothers? Church mothers, what we usually call the elderly women in the African American churches who display wisdom, knowledge, compassion, and a warm, compassionate person. A church mother is the ones that when you get there, she's going to be sitting in the front row. Church mothers are the foundation of the Black church. They can be found in the front pews and hierarchy of many churches. They are the glue that has nurtured generations of worshipers. uh, one of the duties of the church mothers assisting the pastor. Church mothers might wash the cloth for the altar, prepare the bread and wine, and distribute communion wine. So usually church mothers are older women, likewise, as are to be reverent in behavior, not slanderous or slaves to much wine. I don't know what that means, but they are to teach what is good and to train the young women to love their husband and children, to be self-controlled, pure, and the list go on and on and on and on and on. And the reason I end up thinking about this today is because when I grew up with a church mother. And in
Okay.
fact, when I wrote my book, I mentioned her in my book, and she was instrumental in helping me to become who I am today. Some of the things that she spoke over my life, she prophesied to me even as a little girl. And so when I began to look at church mothers, there were some things that I saw with church mothers. The church mother usually was they would use a 70 older,
Yeah.
usually, and they used to always wear the fancy hats, and they always had candy. They always help me over there rattling the candy bag, So, and so growing up in the Black church, there was just certain things that you just were accustomed to growing up. And of course, I know things change, and change is good. But I wonder what have happened to the church mothers. I wonder what had happened to the women that we looked up to, that we reverenced. How when you would do certain things, they'll give you the eye. Church mothers had a way of giving you that look, just like your mama did, because we grew up with,
Mm-hmm.
the parents gave certain other adults to right to chastise you. So the church mother would give you that eye, and when you be cutting the food, and God forbid if you got chewing gum, they're gonna come. A lot of times when you say no, they just come with a hank with a napkin and put
Mm-hmm.
it by your mouth. That means you need to spit out that gum. So there was just certain things and that I remember so warmly, and now I don't see it. I don't see it. I don't know if the church mothers are there, and maybe they don't have the same duties or capacity. Maybe I don't know. But I was wondering about that, because so many of us as women, as a young woman, I even though sometimes it would get on my nerve, be all in your business, but I appreciate that now, years later. And so I'm wondering, do women have that person that they feel comfortable with to go to? You don't necessarily go. I would never go to my pastor with certain things I want to talk about.
Mm-hmm.
But I was thinking about it. So in our churches today, do we have a healthy woman to woman conversation where we can talk to our church mothers? Is there anyone that's mentoring other believers in the church? Because so many churches that they boast on having one what 3 programs, one location, and an hour here, hour and 30 minutes there. But
Mm-hmm.
what happens to that person who needs that one-on-one? Who helps the single mothers? Who's
Mm-hmm.
there to help guide them to discuss the modest apparel? Because
Mm-hmm.
listen, some of this stuff, I'm sorry, I know I may get some flack, but when we were growing up, certain things you just weren't going to wear. And I'm not talking about that
Okay.
you don't stop people from coming to church. I'm saying, because I'm a woman myself, and I know how women do. When we put on clothes, we look at the front, the back, we jump, we move, we skip and hop and see how everything is.
We know exactly
Yeah.
what we look.
So
We
we
know.
know what we do. That's right. Oh, you being judgmental. That's maybe all they had. Listen, no, baby. I am not saying that's not maybe all they have or don't have, but I know when we dress, we look
We
the
turn
front
to
and
the
the back.
side.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
We do. We do. And you know your cleavage out, because you make sure you roll that underwire bra so they can stand up. It's just certain things that you knew. I mean, people can say what they want to say to me about it, but I'm a woman too. I know, because I've been there, done that. Stuff so tight you can't even sit down. How you got to lean? I know what I'm talking about, because I used to do it. I used to lean. I couldn't even sit, had on jeans so tight. I couldn't even sit on the stool. I had to lean. You know, um, is there someone to empower the young women with the word? Is that, and not only just young women, sometimes older women, sometimes I may need someone to talk to. But then when I was thinking about it, maybe in some instances, the mother looked just like the world. It's some mothers, I mean, I know a couple of mothers.
Oh,
I don't know if they're mothers, but I know a couple of women 70 and plus, and that, man, they be risque in my mind. So I just wondered where the mothers are now. Maybe the churches do have a mother, and maybe they have different responsibilities now. But I know when I was growing up, the mothers would teach Bible study, and they would do little different things with the kids. Sometimes we would go places. They would speak stuff, and sometimes you did not like what they said. You did not like it. And the problem is, sometimes I'm not saying for everybody, but sometimes we need to be checked. We do. We need to be checked. Come on, you be like, come on, sister. But now you better not say nothing. You may get cussed out in the church.
That's what, if you look at what Elena said, she said this new generation would probably go off on the mother right in church for asking for their gum. Reverence within the walls is now rare. Sad state of affairs. And that's what she was just saying.
Oh yeah, I hadn't even looked. And that is true. That is true. That is true. So I don't know what the solution would be. I don't know, but I do know mothers are dying breed. And there are certain, like we had when I was at Church of God, she wasn't a mother, she was a pastor, but everybody respected her. And I think that's the thing, we somewhere along the line we lose respect. Okay, it's all right to hoop and holler, but we need to teach respect. We need to teach people how to treat each other. Oh, he preached good today. Oh, but you still a person. You still got to live outside of the preaching and outside. Oh, you're going to get a car. You're going to get this. No. How are you as an individual? How are you going to draw somebody when you're so nasty yourself, when you don't know how to act? And I think when we were growing up, you were certain things you were taught. But of course, I understand we're in a different time, but that has nothing to do with respect. That has nothing to do how we should reverence certain people. But then on the flip side, you got to make sure the right person is there to really speak into the lives of other people. Because I find the Bible talk. I find a lot of times, even with some of the elderly folks, because I've encountered them too. And the Bible talks about being a busybody. We want to talk about all the other sins. Oh, she gay. Oh, she this. Oh, yeah, but you're a busybody, and that falls right in that line of sins that God don't like. So I don't know the answer to it, but I know that I've noticed over the years how I've seen a decline in the mothers of the church. And you, Anita, you could attest to it. Your mom was
a church mother. She was.
Yeah. And there was certain
Carrie just said, shout out to the church mothers at Grave Memorial Church of God in Christ. They helped me through a lot of female issues.
Yeah.
I mean, but you know what? And then, but that goes to show you, like, her generation, because Carrie had become a church mother, so she had reached that point. But the church mothers who mothered in her generation, most of them are all gone. Yeah. So that means that, this new breed, like now when we look at the ones, like you said, who are coming up now, there are not many church mothers who are in place. And it is like, it's almost like a thing of the past where they were even honored and even, made to feel special. I mean, other than their birthday, but not as if they mattered. Yeah. When I was at New Birth, when I was over the women's ministry, there was a mother in the church, Mother Wiggins, God rest her soul. And I remember having her do a class, and I used the words from my cousin cousin Betty Wright had an album out called Mother's Wit. This album that had no pain, no gain. And so we had a class called Mother's Wit where, she would just pour into the young people, and we set her room up like a little living room. And she sat in a chair and she just literally talked to the women about, how they should conduct themselves and how they should respect themselves. Nobody's going to respect you unless you respect yourself. And so those are the things and you're right. When we leave that mirror, we turn to the side to make sure our butt's showing. We make sure that the waist is accentuated. We make sure our cleavage pushed up and our shirt all the way down here. We make sure that there are certain things and then got the nerve to pretend to get mad when somebody makes it a dance.
They don't need to be looking. But
you can. You did that so that he would.
That's right.
You wanted the attention.
It's the truth.
So
I know a lot of people wouldn't believe that, but it is.
It's the truth.
It's the truth. That's what we do. Oh,
women done that. We're talking from experience. When I tell you something somebody told us, we tell you something we did. So we know. We know exactly what we're doing when we leave a mirror. Now, I don't want to leave the mirror looking like a mud duck, but you don't need to leave the mirror looking borderline strip club either.
Yeah.
You know, if you want that, then that's the attention that you want.
Yeah.
When you're coming into the church, or you go into work or in business or anything like that, you want to be respected, then no, you don't want to dress like that. But if you're an entertainer or a stripper or whatever, then by all means, that's what you're supposed to do.
Yeah.
That's your profession. And I ain't knocking nobody for what they do. I work with a lot of entertainers, and I tell you, they be so half naked sometimes. I be like, you gonna wear that? But that's why I'm on the outside, helping them from behind the scenes, because I'm not an entertainer. And even when I was, that was not my flavor. It wasn't my taste. Yeah. I could have never made it because I was never gonna dress like that. I was never gonna compromise like that. So that was my taste, my business. But yeah, so
you know what I think, Anita, and you know, I think it starts with the pastors, because a lot of stuff they've cut out that, you know, what was when we were growing up was important. That's not important anymore, especially with a mega church. Like, you know, they like to brag. Well, you know, that's wonderful, but you still losing a segment of people that, yeah, you can get them, herd them in and herd them out, and herd them in and herd them out. That's wonderful. And some churches have to do that because they're, you know, they're so large, but that segment of people won't be able to experience that. You know, like I say, it got on my nerve when I was growing up, but looking back, it was certain things your pastor can't help you with.
Right.
Man, I'm sorry. He cannot.
Right.
You can't, because there were things that, you know, he wouldn't understand, and everything ain't deep and spiritual. It's some women issues and how do I overcome this and why am I feeling like this or whatever. But you know, I my prayer is that hopefully they're still out there. In some churches, I'm sure, because I was searching and I looked Church of God in Christ, Kojic, and they still have like motherboards and all that. Mm-hmm. So I mean, I don't know what their responsibilities are, but they do have the mothers in the church, and the mothers in the church are honored. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm getting sick of this. Is why when my former church, my former way back, I'm getting sick of doing your birthday, the church anniversary, and we got to honor the pastor. Then I'm like, well, wait a minute. Then what about, you know, honoring these ladies, even if they're not church mothers? Because, you know, the former church had a lot of older women. Why not? Well, we can't have a Sunday we honor them. Right. You know, well, I got to give you something for my birthday. My birthday May 14th, but I ain't seen nobody say nothing. Okay. You know, but that used to always bother me, even back then. And that it had nothing to do with church mothers. This fact that they were elderly women, was several of them, and some of them have died, but they were there. They were supportive. And every time we did something, it was always centered around the pastor, this and that. It was annoying. But anyway, so that's just my take on that. I'm just wondering, because it wasn't just the Holiness Church, as we call it, Church of God in Christ, a Church of God. It was also Baptist. I grew up in a Baptist church, and we had a mother. Mm-hmm. And in the Church of God, the mother used to sit up in the Benel. The mother would sit up front, and you know, she'd be all cute up there with all her little white on. You know? But I don't know. I used to I look forward to the mother of the church more than the pastor. That was my take as I got older. But anyway, that's the power tool for tonight.
Yeah, and that was a good one. You know what? And that, Annette, you talk about a hard conversation to have. That is a hard conversation to have, because I'm sure that, you know, there's some people that's going to run and tell their pastor, you know, Annette and Anita said, I don't care. Because at the end of the day, right don't wrong nobody. Okay. Because half of the, you know, when you look at a lot of the pastoral positions now, it's like before you were ever even thought of, there was a church mother there cleaning and selling dinners. And now that you have risen to the occasion with your 35, 40-year-old important behind, you cannot look down on them and their mentality and what got them through, because that's what got you in the position that you're in.
That's right.
And so and that's why it's important to acknowledge them and to make sure that they know that they are important and that what they contributed to that church and to whatever they did in society, it matters. Yeah. No, we're not caught in traditionalism. No, we're not trying to go back, but we're trying to honor. It's not your place to put somebody else in their place because they may be a little, you know, different up there or whatever. It's not your place to do that. Some pastors quiet their mothers' boards today. Yes, they do.
Yeah.
They sit them down and shut them up because they think the ways are old and they don't know.
Oh, yeah. one lady at a church, I was a member. I think I've been a member about 5 or 6 church, but I went to I was church hopping, as they say, but that ain't real. But anyway, they wanted to sell dinners, and the pastor was against that, which is fine. That's and she told him, say, see that chair you sitting in? She says chicken dinners paid for that chair. I said, oh, yes. She told him chicken dinners paid for that chair. For the chair.
And that's the way they did it back then. And here's the thing. It's like, instead of, because I don't know if it's the same church, but I remember a statement being made like that. And it was like a joke, like, what is chicken dinners going to do? What is chicken dinners going to do? Okay, so it may not pay for the building, but why can't you entertain them and let them sell some dinners to do something else? Even if it's just helping them. And they do raise money. It may not be a whole lot of money, but they do raise money. But I don't see anything wrong with letting the mothers get together and sell some breakfast or sell some dinners or sell some lunch after church, because everybody don't want to go home and cook. And not only are they serving and helping the people, but they're also making a little money in the progress, and it's helping them because they have something to do. We shut people down too much, and that just aggravates me. That's why can we talk now? Okay, we need to move it right along. Need to move it right along, y'all. We're gonna pause our commercial. Go ahead and share with somebody, because we're about to turn and change. We're about to change our tune. So we're about to change our tune. Go tell somebody they're on. We're gonna pause for our commercial break. We'll be right back in a few minutes.
Walk into your God-given destiny with power and conviction with Power Walk Sunday, starting March 7th, each and every Sunday at 10 a.m. live on multiple platforms. TNT, that's Tuesday Night Talk with Annette L. Anderson, every Tuesday night at 9 p.m. live on multiple platforms. Go where you can soar. That's Speak It, Orated, Articulated, and Reverberated. When we eat well, we live well, and all will be well. Go to elbwell.com, join the journey, and take your life back. You can also join Eat Well, Live Well, Be Well every second and fourth Saturday at 3 p.m. for Be Well, a health and wellness series. If you don't have your copy, get yours today at Amazon.com. That's Living Life One Quote at a Time by Annette L. Anderson. Helping us grow spiritually together. Tired of the fluff and puff of playing church? Ready to be a powerful vessel? Ready to work the word? Join Connie Green every Tuesday at 7 p.m. on Facebook Live. And we're here every Wednesday at 7 p.m. live with Can We Talk? Your co-hosts, Annette L. Anderson and Anita Faye Wilson, with Tea Time Topics, where we discuss trending subjects and current events. You can also discuss these with your Can We Talk coffee mug. Email us at info@movementworldwide.org. They're $15, and that includes shipping. Make a donation via Cash App at $Movement Worldwide, or go to our website, click the Patron button, and sow a seed of $12 per month. That's 40 cents a day. Whatever the seed, it's greatly appreciated. Be sure to follow us on all platforms. Click the notification button, subscribe, like, and don't forget to share. It's that time. Tea Time Topics.
Yes, it's Tea Time Topics. Tea Time Topics. I love Tea Time Topics. You love Tea Time Topics. They love Tea Time Topics. All right, we're going to go straight into our Tea Time Topics, y'all. We're going to try and move it. It seems like every time we say we're going to cut down, we end up with a whole lot. But I'm going to go through a couple of them really fast, because we don't like to drag the sad points, but we do want to go through a couple of things that are happening in our news, and to keep us aware. We want to make sure that we stay in prayer for our country and our children. It is just becoming it's like every time we hear about him, it gets crazier and crazier. Ethan Crumbley, 15, is arraigned as an adult terrorist as police reveal he had a meeting with his parents and teachers to discuss his behavior 3 hours before he opened fire in the hallways and killed 4 classmates in his high school in Michigan. This devastated me. I'm just tired of hearing about this, and just to see those parents and people running like crazy is a sad thing. So we're just gonna go past that and say, please stay in prayer for our children. It's like our kids can't go to school anymore.
Yeah.
And there have been so many school shootings this year. I've lost track. So please keep them in your prayers. This is another crazy, crazy, crazy one. That you want to take this one?
Yeah. This broke my heart. It really broke my heart. It took me back to Marvin Gaye and his father. But anyway, former college football standout Otis Anderson Jr., who had a brief NFL career, was fatally shot by his father Monday night in Florida. That was in Jacksonville, according to the police. Anderson Jr., 23, was at his Jacksonville home with his mother, Denise, and his father, Otis Sr., when an argument broke out. Police said Otis Jr. girlfriend dog bit Otis Sr., kicking off the heated exchange. All 3 family members were yelling before Otis Jr. went upstairs to cool off, according to the cops. Investigators said Otis Sr. then flipped a large chair while arguing with Denise, and Otis Jr. came back downstairs to check on his mother. Cops said the argument escalated until Otis Sr. shot his son in the chest and back. The bullets also grazed Denise, who was hospitalized and released Tuesday. Police said Otis Jr. died at the scene. Otis Sr., this man, 52 years old, was arrested and taken to Duval County Jail, where he sits charged with murder and attempted murder.
Yes, Otis.
That I don't know.
I think that is the craziest thing that I've heard in a long time.
I know.
Character must remember my words, Lord, my church. Yes, just awful. Just awful. It is heart-wrenching, gut-wrenching. Like exactly, Grace, how do you kill your child? How in the world do you kill your own child? And then when you see him in the courtroom, he doesn't even look phased. He's just there like, I'm like, wow. And yes, just 23 years old. He had not even begun to live yet. So we want to keep that family in prayer. It's like, and just, the minds of people are losing their minds, y'all. They're losing it when something makes you get that crazy that you kill your own child. All right, so we're gonna move on. We're gonna move to some other news because that we had to get that out of the way first. So this hit the news, and I thought that I would cover this. CNN has suspended primetime anchor Chris Cuomo indefinitely pending further evaluation after new documents reveal a cozy and improper nature of his relationship with aides and his brother, former New York Governor Andrew Cuomo. He was determined to stay on TV this year, despite the flurry of sexual misconduct allegations against his brother, which culminated in the governor's resignation 3 months ago. The new documents released on Monday show that the veteran journalist was more intimately involved than previously known in shaping his brother's defense. The New York Attorney General's office released transcripts and exhibits Monday that shed new light on Chris Cuomo's involvement with his brother's defense, a new CNN spokesperson said. The documents, which we were not privy to before their public release, raised serious questions when Chris admitted to us that he had offered advice to his brother's staff. He broke our rules, and we acknowledge that publicly. The spokesperson continued, but we also appreciated the unique position he was in and understood his need to put family first and job second. I don't get that, but yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, I think it's like one of the most obvious things that they were just out for those brothers.
That's right. It doesn't matter.
Out for those brothers.
That's right. They couldn't get him one way. They dug and dug and dug till they found something.
I heard on a commentary the other night, it was because he was so vocal. And somebody said you can't be that vocal against a party and not suffer repercussions. And I don't care which party. And in this case, of course, he's the Democrat. And they said that once he was so vocal the way he was and had gotten so much attention, there was an ever-loving, undying mission to discredit and destroy. And that's what they do. They didn't suspend the guy from the Morning Joe for coaching and helping Orange Man during the election. No, they did not. No, they did not. But I'm going to give you one for the Orange Man statement. I like that. But, yeah, what are your thoughts on it, Annette?
Well, when I saw it, there was already allegations against him and the black dude, I can't think his name, that it was sexual misconduct. So they were out to get both of them anyway. And when they saw this, I believe they had a team to keep searching so we could find something. So, I mean, that's what they do. They dirty up people. Yeah. Now they'll let somebody in the office who's stinking, nasty, funky, and dirty. But then they'll dirty up other people.
Wait, who's stinking, funky, nasty, and dirty?
And dirty. Yeah. They'll let somebody to lead this country, but then on the
oh my side, God,
I didn't even think about it neither. Yeah. Oh, he was dirty going in. He was nasty. He was funky because the way he done people over the years. He's just a dirty, low down, comb over guy.
Oh my God,
comb over. And so, yeah. So yeah, I just think that they was after him, but people like him, he'll bounce back. He didn't do nothing that's he gonna get forever in a prison. He was helping his brother. And you know what? I don't know what I would have done in that situation. Their brother, they were close family. So, now a couple of my brothers, I wouldn't stick my neck out for them because I already know their issues. But my daughters, I would. You know what I'm saying? I would. Look, girl, don't go over there because child.
Okay.
So yeah, that's how he'll be okay. They try to hurt. It's almost like everybody trying to get back, trying to one up somebody to get back. Boy, I would never be in politics. They are cutthroat. I'm just gonna have to say.
You telling?
I'm about to say, and can we talk? And I say my little jive and move on.
But not getting into politics,
Oh, no, they are nasty.
Oh, man. All right, fellas, come on.
Moving. We keep it moving.
All righty, here we go, Robert.
I'm still stuck on funky, nasty, and dirty.
And funky too. Look, because think about it, that was just some low stuff he did. Anyway, so Robert F. Smith Robert F. Smith and students reign NYSE opening bell to celebrate One Stop, One Future in October. The One Stop, One Future began its mission to create 1 million Black and I guess that's Latin youth shareholders and investors with a personal gift from Smith that represented Eagle Academy students, staff, and faculty, a total of 15,000 shares of stock. Oh man, that's good. To celebrate the new One Stop, One Future initiative, he launched last month. Billionaire Robert F. Smith. I like that. I'm going to say that again. Billionaire Robert F. Smith bought students from Eagle Academy, the first beneficiaries of the program, to the New York Stock Exchange on Friday. Robert Smith says, it's a wonderful feeling to know that you've empowered. See, I love it. Empowered the youth to participate in what would be the greatest wealth creation opportunities for them, which is a capital market in America, by incorporating goal setters, initiatives, social media influence, teaching method. Smith hopes this program will start students on a wealth creation journey that carries them well into their adulthood. I love that. Well, I love it because now they're becoming privy to stuff they would have never known about.
Mm-hmm.
And so certain information is hid to certain groups of people. It's just the truth. And it's always been that way. Mm-hmm. And so now what God has done, he allowed people to get into positions and to let people know, hey, you can be part of this wealth too. It's not just for a certain segment of Americans. It's for everybody. and start with children. Anita,
Mhm.
we should have. I wish I would have followed the Eagle Academy student. Listen here, I'm a 62, but hey, you could help me out there.
Like, can I be in it? Can I be in the group? Can I be in it? That's nice. I really love that. Of course, I love those kind of empowering things. And when I see it on that magnitude, I mean, when Kyle was in high school, he was a part of Youth Investors of America with Ann McNeil, and she was always adamant about children learning about the power of investments, and he learned to read the stocks and stuff like that. So hopefully it sticks, because he is doing stuff today, but it's just that when you see kids that young and they're able to have a stock portfolio, that's amazing, and they're learning. And I love it. So hats off. We applaud him for what he's doing. Hats off 100%, and we applaud. Yes, that's amazing. I'm happy about that. All right, fellas, come on. We got another one.
Moving, moving, moving. We keep it moving.
Now, this is an interesting one, too. And I love this when I saw this. JP Morgan Wealth Management is hosting its inaugural investing event for Black, Latina, and Hispanic women and their allies to share intimate stories and lessons about money, growing their businesses, and investing to build long-term wealth. Social media influencers and celebrities will participate in panels and workshops providing tips for first-time and experienced investors, entrepreneurs, and business owners. Building a new legacy, a summit of Black and Latino women will provide the backdrop for diverse women and allies to exchange real experiences, help learn step by step how to define achievable goals, and grow more confident about their ability to rewrite their financial future. This is amazing. I'm telling y'all, Black girls rock. And when I see stuff like this happening, it makes me so excited, because I go on a mission every year to search for some type of conference, or, we haven't been able to do anything for the last couple of years, but I was making it a mission of some type of conference or business summit or something that I could attend every year that caters to aiding women of color, because we are closed out from so many things. We're closed out from loans and all kinds of grants and stuff. There's so much that goes on and so much money that floats around, and oftentimes we have to prove ourselves so much. And I have a friend who worked in the financial industry, very high up, and he really confirmed a lot for me. He said, absolutely, and it's a shame. And he even ran a program one time to prove that just because someone lives in a certain area or may have a low credit score, you will give somebody with a low credit score in an area a loan because they're white, and they won't even pay the loan back. He said, but I proved it and had 10 people, and he said 9 of those 10 people paid their loans back. And that's the thing. It's always underestimated. So I applaud when I see stuff like this. What are your thoughts on that?
Oh yeah, it's phenomenal actually that JP Morgan would even do this, and it's so many women can take advantage of this. And I just think it's awesome. Learn step by step how to define. So they're walking you through it.
Come on.
So
and sometimes that's all you need. So
that's all. Listen, shoot, yeah.
And then if somebody had walked us through, maybe we would have been struggling.
Listen, I'm hoping whoever you are, if you listening, we are ready. We will take baby steps. We don't care.
Bring us on board. We got you. We with you. And we've been through all of the hard knocks. We ready.
Yeah.
Come on, fellas.
Moving, moving, moving. We keep it moving.
Okay, this is a very good story. I like it. I like it a lot, actually. Dallas Mega Church Friendship West is spearheading 100 Days of Buying Black in honor of the centennial of the Tulsa Race Massacre. Dallas Friendship West Baptist Church launched an initiative to amplify Black entrepreneurs from September 23rd to December 31st. The drive is committed to economic justice owed to Black communities across the country just in time for the holiday season. Pastor Freddie Hayes is encouraging shoppers to support Black-owned businesses through Friendship West 100 Days of Buying Black campaign. I love that. By closing out the year, spending dollars within the Black-owned businesses, the megachurch hopes to advocate to advocate for inclusive lending practices and to do the necessary work toward sustainable development within the Black community. This is what he said. This is our determination to honor their legacy, but at the same time, pick up the economic baton and engage in building Black wealth, Black businesses wealth, and Black communities. The church has spent the last 2 months highlighting Black businesses and the importance of supporting them. The initiative is a reminder of the 1921 race massacre that destroyed was then Black Wall Street. In the last 5 years, the church has used its West Wall Street to buy and sell goods for Black entrepreneurs.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I like that. Buy Black.
Awesome. And you know what? And to do it for an entire month, I know it's going to make a big difference over the holidays. There's some businesses that's going to be doing well. So we applaud that 100%. Boom, 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 boom. Yes. Love it. I love it. When I read that story, I was like, oh my God, that's really, really nice. Come on, guys. Take us on to the next one.
Moving. We keep it moving.
I'm going to put up that. Okay, here we go. This is an interesting one too. Law firm to give HBCUs, Dillard University, Morgan State, Howard, a portion of $12 million case settlement. In HBCU in New Orleans, Dillard University plans to use a fresh $5 million gift to create civil rights and public interest internships for students. The institution landed the largest of 7 donations announced by a law firm that represented Maryland's historically Black colleges and universities in a 15-year legal battle for equal funding per U.S. News. The Kirkland and Ellis firm is donating $12.5 million to colleges and nonprofits from the fees it was awarded when the case settled, according to the Baltimore Sun. The case was settled this year when the state lawmakers approved hundreds of millions of dollars in extra funding for HBCUs in the future state budgets. The firm, which took the lawsuit pro bono, is giving its share to HBCUs, nonprofits, and community organizations. That's nice.
That is amazing.
Along with the $5 million to Dillard University Center for Racial Justice, other donations included $3 million to Morgan State University Robert M. Bell Center for Civil Rights and Education, $2 million to the Lawyers Committee for Civil Rights Under the Law, and $1 million to the National Association for Equal Opportunity in Higher Education. The remainder will go to Howard University's Thurgood Marshall Civil Rights Center and the Coalition of Equity and Excellence in Maryland Higher Education and the HBCU Scholarship Fund of the African Methodist Episcopal Church 2nd District. All righty then. That's a mouthful right there. Come on now. And this is the one that's over. This is the guy who runs that firm. I forgot his name. I forgot right now. But yes, this is awesome. Awesome. Who gives away $12.5 million? Annette, who gives away $12.5 million? Kirkland and Ellis Law Firm. Who gives away $12.5 million? Kirkland and Ellis Law Firm. That's who does it. So we applaud, huh? Go ahead.
It was a 15-year battle to get that money that was owed to them anyway.
15 years.
But that's okay.
And it was money that was owed, but guess what? They got it, and we applaud it.
That is
somebody fought for them. Somebody fought for the underdog. And see, just when you think you done got away with it, and they have fought, and it's like sometimes people look at you like, why are you still fighting? Why are you still doing this? Why are you still waiting on God? Why are you still believing in God? You hang in there. You hang in there. Do not throw in the towel, because a lot of people throw in the towel right before the time has come for them to be blessed. So we applaud them. That was a good one, Annette.
It sure was. Man.
I love that. I love that. Ooh, and it just spread all around. How they just spread the money all around. I love it. I love it. Come on, fella.
Moving. We keep it moving.
All righty. Here's another good one. President Joe Biden announced he is nominating Shalonda Young to serve as director of the Office of Management and Budget. If confirmed by the Senate, Young will become the first Black person to fill the director position. The budget office works with federal agencies to coordinate and oversee the execution of spending programs approved by Congress. Young has served as the acting director of the Office Manager and Budget since the spring, but the White House will still tap her to officially lead the office as the administration faces multiplying challenges in implementing its economic agenda. She must be confirmed by the Senate to serve in the role, but she was was confirmed to her current role by 63 to 67 vote in March. And this is for the temporary one. But I said in March, with the support from more than a dozen Republicans. Oh, good.
All right.
Biden said in a pre-recorded video announcing the nomination, Shalonda will not only be a tremendously qualified director, she'll also be a historic director. So, yeah.
All righty now.
So what's happening, Anita? What's happening? People just going in. Some doors you'll turn the knob and go in. Some doors you got to kick them in. And
Come on.
He's kicking that door in.
Come on. You better say that. You better say that. We applaud. Kick, baby. Kick the door in. Kick it in. That's what I'm talking about. That's amazing. That's amazing. And we're going to keep her lifted in prayer because, of course, we have seen so many fights against putting women and people of color and people of different nationalities in positions. I don't get it. I don't get the other party. I don't get it. I don't get it. And then they swear up and down, we love Black people. Whatever.
We got Black friends.
That's some foolishness.
My grandson is Black.
One of my best friends is Black. Like that means something. Whatever. Come on, fellas.
Moving, moving, moving. We keep it moving.
Alrighty then. Here we go. Designer Deborah L. Morris offers HBCU Santas and Black nutcrackers for the holidays. Designer and longtime Black Santa collector Deborah L. Morris has added her own contribution by partnering with several HBCUs to offer Black Santas this holiday season. Boom! Look at that. Look at Black Santas. Look at Black Santas. Look at the Black Santas. That is so awesome. The Inglewood, California resident and entrepreneur has created Black Santas repping Howard University, Morehouse College, Grambling, and FAMU, in addition to offering Black nutcrackers, Santa-themed bracelets, and other holiday swag through her Etsy.com store. Restore the Hope. Mars, who has worked in marketing and supplier diversity for Frito-Lay, began collecting Black Santas over 35 years ago. Oh, wow. She said, I traveled the country and would pick them up whenever I saw them, especially in southern states. My fascination came about when I reflected on how my mother only had one childhood toy, and it was a white doll that looked nothing like her. That was triggering for me. The Santa to me is symbolic of spiritual gifts and talents rather than in the box under the tree. It saddens me that so many people feel worthless and undervalued. That's why our branding tagline for the Black Santa Claus Collective is Unwrap Your Gifts. That is amazing.
Oh, that's awesome.
That's nice. I like that. And the thing is, she's collected them for over 35 years. That is amazing. Oh man, that's nice. I like to see that. I like to see that kind of stuff because it makes you feel like, hey, we fit into history because every Santa ain't white. I loved it when I would see a Black Santa. What? Oh, look, we got a Black Santa Claus. It was like rare because most of the time it was a white guy with the big beard. But yes. So very nice story. I like that. All right, we're almost done, y'all. Come on, fellas.
Moving, moving, moving. We keep it moving.
And just to touch on that a little bit, if we had a fat white man in our house running around, we're going to call the police anyway. So I just thought I'd throw that in.
I know, in the middle of the night, right?
What you doing up in here? Even if it was a Black Santa, who cares? Right? Going to jail. Okay. All right. Wrongfully convicted Black man is entitled to no money from the state after 43 years in prison.
Crazy.
43 years. Now, GoFundMe has raised over $1 million.
Yes.
And he deserved every penny. A Missouri man convicted of triple murder 4 decades ago is able to spend this holiday season home with family after courts ruled that he was wrongfully convicted. Despite being a victim of the state, he will not receive any form of compensation from the state in restitution. However, a GoFundMe launched by the Midwest Innocent Project over the summer with a goal of $7,500 has far surpassed the goal of the nonprofit corporation. And on Tuesday, November the 23rd, Kevin Strickland was exonerated by a Show Me state judge of an over 40-year murder conviction he received in 1979. Evidence that was previously ignored was brought forward by the Jackson County prosecutor and was the key in gaining Strickland's new freedom. They had the information all the time, but they
And
sent
you
him
would
to
not
prison
free him.
anyway. And they did it a lot.
There are so many that died in prison. There's
Yeah.
so many who were executed. There are
Yeah.
so many. It goes back in history. Let me tell you some people that's paying, and But look at the thing is, it's like I'm so happy that we have avenues and opportunities now to help people like that, and so that makes me feel good to know that he got it. But let me tell you, for all of those who played a part in the foolishness, you get a big old fat womp 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 for me. Hey, I ain't been able to use it tonight, so I'm using it now on our last ones. Well, I got one more in there before. But for that GoFundMe though, hey, we are happy for you, dude.
Yeah.
And listen, I pray that it keeps growing and growing and growing and growing.
Me too.
We hold that man in prison all the time. Come on, fellas, we got one more.
Moving, moving, moving. We keep it moving.
What did Grace say? She said, yes, it's getting, he isn't getting any compensation. That's so wrong. That's true. It's so wrong. It's awful, 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 awful. Oh, and here's yet another story, but this is an interesting story in history, and it kills me that it's got to be so far after miscarriage of justice. 4 Black men known as the Groveland Four exonerated 70 years, 70 years after being accused of raping white teen. 4 Black men known as the Florida Groveland have been exonerated, wrongfully accused for raping a white teen in 1949. 1949, wrongfully accused. The nightmarish miscarriage of justice began on the night of July 16, 1949, when 17-year-old Norma Paget claimed the 4 men, aged 16 to 26, raped her and assaulted her husband when her car broke down on a Groveland road. The men ended up indicted for the crime despite little to no evidence corroborating that they were guilty. And that's 3 here. But 1 ran and was killed, right? Annette?
Yeah.
That's what it was. 1 ran and was killed. Man, State Attorney Bill Gatson, who filed the motion to exonerate the 4 men in October, stated the evidence strongly suggests that a sheriff, a judge, and a prosecutor all but guaranteed guilty verdicts in this case. And that is the kind of stuff that they did. This is what the men look like. And I see these are the 4 men. The one on the bottom left is the one who ran and he was killed. And he was married. It's like these were men who were off in their lives doing their thing. And it's like, man, it's foolish. These officials, disguised as keepers of the peace and masquerading as ministers of justice, disregarded their oaths. Yes, they did do it all the time, and set in motion a series of events that forever destroyed these men, their families, and the community. And for 70 long years, these 4 men have had their history wrongfully written for crimes that they did not commit. It took all that time for now their family, this is nieces and I think a grandson or something, and family members of some of the Groveland Four. And you see the picture there. It shows the 3 boys in their prison attire and the one in his tie because he's the one that was killed. But finally, the Groveland Four get exonerated long after their deaths for a crime that they did not commit.
Mm-hmm.
That is something else.
Yeah.
Now that's a story for you.
Yep. And it caught my eye because I saw it on the news. And when they said it on the news, in fact, the governor, I guess he got his little piece in. I don't pay him that much mind. But anyway.
Yeah, because I know he did.
Yeah. And they said on the news, these men were exonerated for raping a woman. And I saw 1949 say, y'all just trying to be, what is all that woke and be all that foolishness they talking about, critical race theory, all that. Y'all no raping a white woman. Mm-hmm. That's what it was. But they trying to, this is why they don't want this stuff out. Well, I look at life like this. If the truth would have been told a long time ago, we wouldn't be marching and talking about critical race theory, because all that information would have been out there and people been treated fairly. And that's just the way it is. But you know what? That's why we tell people all the time, I don't care what it looks like. Don't give up. Don't give up on your dream. Don't give up on your vision. People 70 years, 40 years, these stories, these men are gone. But the man 43 years, but he still came out. And whatever time he have left, he going to be comfortable. You can never compensate him for his time he lost because you can't get time back. But you could take the time you have left and use it to the best of your ability. So this is why we do what we do. We come every week because, hey, God's going to get ready to do something with this organization.
Yes, he
is. Don't give up. You don't give up. So, and the story, that was a good story, Anita. Very good story.
It was. I'm glad we covered that. Yeah. And we're able to shed some light. So, good people, I'm so glad we had this time together. I'm so glad you guys joined us tonight. But we have come to the end of our discussion. Will we part ways? But before we do, we want to remind you guys that the video you're watching, please subscribe, please like, and please share. Please put that thumbs up and please share it because somebody can still watch this. And if you came in at the end, you can go all the way back to the beginning and watch again. And again, you can sow a seed into Movement Worldwide via Cash App. That's $ Movement Worldwide. Or you can become a patron by going to our website, movementworldwide.org. Click that red button. It'll take you to patreon.com. You can set up your account and set your amount. We ask for $12 a month. That's 40 cents a day, but you can set your own amount for a higher amount, which all of our patrons have done, and we are greatly appreciative. But guess what? I don't care if you don't give a dime. We are glad that you're here. We love having somebody to talk to. We love having our movers and shakers talking to us.
We do.
Yes, we do. So we are glad you guys are here, but the seeds do help. We are a nonprofit organization. I ain't gonna lie. We need the seed. So if you can sow a seed, we pray that you will sow a seed into Movement Worldwide. It's good seed into good soil, and we always pray that it returns to you 100-fold. Yes, enjoy the balance of your week, mover. It's Grace in your completion. So we're going to give the rundown and let you know what we got going on. Listen, make sure you email us. Email us because we do get your topics and we try to get them in and incorporate them into what we're doing. And now I'm going to get a rundown. So we start our week off on Tuesday nights with Annette L. Anderson. I was able to catch her this Tuesday, y'all, because she was on. Because last Tuesday I logged on and she went there and I was like, oh, no. I couldn't get no word from nothing because I missed Arnita's room. Then I missed that. And I'm like, oh my God. So, but this week she was on. Praise the Lord. So I'm so grateful that she was on because I was able to get my word in always. As always, ladies, it was a pleasure. It was a pleasure to you. So we start on Tuesday nights with Annette L. Anderson with TNT. That's Tuesday Night Talk, where we take flight and soar. That speak, orate, articulate, and that was a new one. Reverberates. Yes, we do. Speak, orate, articulate, and reverberate. Y'all know I love to cut up. And that's Tuesday nights at 9 p.m. live on Facebook and YouTube. Then on Wednesdays, you can get your laugh on like you're doing right now. You're probably watching me do all of my little movements and stuff. You can get your laugh on and get some word and get some encouragement. But we keep it light on Wednesday nights because it's halfway through the week. So join us again for Can We Talk? Wednesday nights at 7 p.m. where we have our transformational topic. That's idioms and phrases that we use to transform your way of thinking and to help you grow. And we have that hard to have conversation, which is the power tool. And then we have fun with our tea time topics where we deal with the foolishness and some of the sad stuff, but we also give you information that you will never see anywhere else. We keep it light, but we keep it real. And that's Wednesday nights at 7 p.m. Then on Fridays, if you are not on Clubhouse, you need to get on Clubhouse because we are there and it is going on and you are missing it. Let me tell you, it's getting gooder and gooder and gooder. I don't know what we're going to do about Clubhouse. It's something else, but we're there every Friday night at 8 p.m. Download the app, y'all. It's an app. Yes, and it's an app in your app store. But if you don't want to download the app or can't figure out how to download the app, I don't even think about downloading the app. All you have to do is text 474747, the word movers, to 474747, and you will get a text message from us every time we're live. And on Fridays and Saturdays, I send you the link to our Clubhouse so that you can come straight in. So we're on Clubhouse Friday nights at 8, Friday nights at 8. But then first and third Saturdays, we've joined forces with the collaboration with Elder Moselle Mason, and we're praying through the pandemic Saturday mornings on first and third Saturday at 10 a.m. on Clubhouse. Again, you can get that link by putting movers to 474747. And then on Sundays, We are on Sundays, we have Power Walk Sunday at 10 a.m., where we inspire and motivate you to walk into your God-given destiny with power and conviction, where there is always, somebody say always. Oh, she got it good that time, where there is always a word for you. And that's Sunday mornings at 10 a.m. live on Facebook and YouTube. And that you want to say something before we go?
Yeah, thank you so much. We can't do this without you. We are so appreciative that you came to join us, and we have so many different platforms. So try to at least catch one, and we'll be so grateful. Thank you so much, and be blessed.
Yes. Be blessed, good people. So we've come to the end. Thank you all so much again. And we will see you on one of our many things that we are doing. But until then, y'all have a good night. Enjoy the balance of your week. Be safe, stay prayerful. And that's going to throw up the heart. And we're going to tell y'all we love you. Mwah. Good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody.
Walk into your God-given destiny with power and conviction with Power Walk Sunday, starting March 7th, each and every Sunday at 10 a.m. live on multiple platforms. TNT, that's Tuesday Night Talk with Annette L. Anderson, every Tuesday night at 9 p.m. live on multiple platforms. Go where you can soar. That's Speak It, Orated, Articulated, and Reverberated. When we eat well, we live well, and all will be well. Go to elbewell.com, join the journey, and take your life back. You can also join Eat Well, Live Well, Be Well every second and fourth Saturday at 3 p.m. for Be Well, a health and wellness series. If you don't have your copy, get yours today at Amazon.com. That's Living Life One Quote at a Time by Annette L. Anderson. Helping us grow spiritually together. Tired of the fluff and puff of playing church? Ready to be a powerful vessel? Ready to work the word? Join Connie Green every Tuesday at 7 p.m. on Facebook Live. And we're here every Wednesday at 7 p.m. live with Can We Talk? Your co-hosts, Annette L. Anderson and Anita Faye Wilson, with Tea Time Topics, where we discuss trending subjects and current events. You can also discuss these with your Can We Talk coffee mug. Email us at info@movementworldwide.org. They're $15, and that includes shipping. Make a donation via Cash App at $Movement Worldwide, or go to our website, click the Patron button, and sow a seed of $12 per month. That's 40 cents a day. Whatever the seed, it's greatly appreciated. Be sure to follow us on all platforms. Click the notification button, subscribe, like, and don't forget to share.